Good morning, everyone. I am here to report about assessing higher order thinking skills. In the 21st century, education aims not only to transmit knowledge but also to develop learners who can think critically, solve problems, and make informed decisions. Assessments therefore should measure more than simple recall of facts. They must evaluate how students analyze, create, and apply knowledge in meaningful ways. This report explores 5 key areas in enhancing assessment designed to promote higher order thinking. First is defining critical thinking and problem solving. The second one is using Bloom's taxonomy in competency-based assessment. The third one is designing assessments for creative thinking. The fourth one is assessing decision-making and abilities. And the last one is measuring analytical thinking skills. Now let's first discuss defining critical thinking and problem-solving assessment. Critical thinking and problem-solving are fundamental cognitive skills that enable learners to reason logically, evaluate evidence, and develop solutions to complex challenges. In assessments, these skills are measured through open-ended tasks, performance-based activities, and real-life scenarios. For instance, rather than asking students to define terms, a teacher might ask to analyze a social issue and propose actionable solutions such as assessments or evaluate reasoning, creativity, and justification at the core of critical thinking. The second one is using Bloom's taxonomy in competency-based assessment. Bloom's taxonomy provides a structured framework for designing assessments that target multiple levels of cognition, from remembering up creating. In competency-based education, it ensures that learners not only know but also demonstrate mastery. The teachers can design assessments aligned with each cognitive level. First is remembering, recalling key terms or facts. The second one is understanding or explaining concept. The third one is applying, using knowledge in new solutions. And the last one is analyzing, identifying relationships and patterns. Evaluating is justifying a stance or decision. The last one is creating, producing, or new original work. The progression helps teachers ensure that assessment measure both fundamental and advanced thinking skills. The third one is designing assessments for creative thinking. Creative thinking involves generating new ideas, exploring alternatives, and expressing originality. In education, it is vital for innovation and lifelong learning. Assessment for creativity should allow for open-ended, imaginative, and meaningful responses. For example, include a project-based task, art or design projects, and reflective journals. Teachers can use rubrics that measure. First is fluency. The second is flexibility, originality, elaboration. By evaluating creative expression in assessment, teachers encourage students to think outside the box and connect learning to real-world context. The fourth one is assessing decision-making abilities. Decision-making skills enable learners to make informed ethical choices by weighting options and considering consequences. To assist this, educators can use case studies, simulations, and role-playing scenarios where students must justify their chosen actions. For example, students might be given a situation about the environmental sustainability and asked to to design a community action plan. Their responses can be evaluated based on identification of the problem, logic, reasoning, awareness, ethical implications, and the ability to protect outcomes. These assessments reveal not only what students know, but also how they apply judgment real-world situations. The last one is measuring analytical thinking skills. Analytical thinking refers to breaking down information into smaller parts, identifying patterns, or forming logic conclusions. Assessments that measure these skills technically require learners to compare, contrast, infer, or interpret data. Examples include data analysis, exercises, reading comprehension, tasks that ask for inferences, or evaluating arguments in an essay. Teachers may assess the student's ability to identify relevant details, organize information logically, use evidence to support conclusions. These five approaches serve as a guide for teachers to create competency-based, performance-oriented, and authentic assessments that truly measure what learners can do with what they know. In conclusion, assessments that foster higher order thinking are essential for preparing students for real-world challenges by integrating critical thinking, creativity, and decision-making. Analytical reasoning into assessment design, educators ensure that learners go beyond memorization and develop by intellectual flexibility needed in rapidly changing world. That would be all. Thank you.